Okay, in this video, we're going to look at how to approach bar chart questions and answer some of the questions. Now, as with all data handling, it can often cross over into different topics. So things like mean, mode, median, and range, and also percentages, fractions, that kind of thing. So make sure you read the question carefully and feel free to annotate the graph. I would recommend annotating the graph. So in this first question here, we have a bar graph and we're told it shows the favourite subjects of a group of pupils. We have a key. The solid part of the bar belongs to girls and the dashed part of the bar belongs to boys. On the y-axis, we are told this amount here is the number of pupils, so it's going up in steps of 2. And across the bottom here, we have the subjects. So the first thing to do is to probably annotate the graph so you can see. So if we look here in art, we have 4 girls, and then it goes all the way up to 10 for boys, so we must have 6 boys. And so that gives us a total of 10. So annotating the bars just means that you can read the numbers off there and you're not having to interpret the data at the same time. PE, we have 8 girls and it goes up to 12. So we've got 4 boys, giving us a total of 12 pupils in this bar. Here, we're halfway between 2 and 4. So this must be 3 girls for French. And we go to 6. So it must also be 3 boys for French as well, giving us a total of 6 in that column. Here we're halfway between 4 and 6, so 5 for geography, and we're going up to 11, so it must be 6 boys here as well, giving us a total of 11. Then here we're going up to 4 for science, and then up to 9 for the boys, so that would be 5 boys, giving us a total of 9 altogether. And in history, we have 4 girls going up to 8, so 4 boys and 8 in total in that bar. And then we have 3 and 1 and up to a total of 4 in that bar. So now that I've annotated that, I can use all of that information to help me answer the questions below. Of the children who like PE the most, so we're dealing with the PE column, what fraction were girls? So if we go to the PE, we have 8 girls out of a total of 12. So we can make that into a fraction. It will be 8 out of 12. And 8/12, we can divide both of those by 4 to give us 2/3. Okay, so that would be your answer there. Which subjects were liked by an equal number of boys and girls? Now the S here is in brackets because it may only be one subject or it could be more than one. So looking at my annotations up here, art is no, PE is no, French is yes, geography is no, science is no, history is yes, and music is no. So the subjects would be French and history. And then we've been asked in this question, what is the percentage of pupils that prefer French? So we have a total of 6 pupils who like French. So that would form the numerator of my fraction. In order to get this into a fraction, I need to know how many pupils there are altogether. And this is when I can start to add up these numbers up here. Okay, so 10 plus 12 is 22. And if it helps, do a running total so you can keep track. Plus 6 would be 28. Plus 11 would be 39. Plus 9 would be 48. Plus 8 would be 56. Plus 4 would be 60. So that's given me the denominator for my fraction. Now 6/60ths, to be a percentage, I need to be out of 100. 60 won't go into 100 exactly. So I'm going to simplify by dividing top and bottom by 6 to give me 1/10. And 10 will go into 100. So I can make an equivalent fraction. 10 into 100, I'm timesing by 10. Whatever I do to the bottom, I must do the same to the top. So 1 times 10 is 10. So 10/100ths would be 10%. Okay, we're going to have a look at another line graph. So this time we're told that Hattie asked her friends how many holidays they had in the last year. So again, making sure you read the axes. So the number of friends is here and each line represents 2 friends. And across the bottom, we have the number of holidays. So 0 holidays, 1 holiday, 2 holidays, 3 holidays, 4 holidays. And we're now going to go and have a look at the question. So again, before you kind of start, you can annotate the bars, and you could put your totals at the top of each bar. So there were 6 friends that had no holidays. There were 14 friends that had 1, 10 that had 2, 6 that had 3, and 4 that had 4. Now they've asked you to find the average number of holidays taken per person. So we've got the number of people here at the top, and we're now going to work out how many holidays they had altogether. And we do that by multiplying the number of holidays by the number of friends. So 0 times 6 is 0. 14 times 1 is 14. 10 times 2 is 20. 6 times 3 is 18. And 4 times 4 is 16. So again, we're going to do the running total. So I'm going to do the running total for the pink. So 6 plus 14 is 20, plus 10 is 30, plus 6 is 36, plus 4 is 40. So that is the total number of friends, is 40. So I'm going to put a little note to myself here, friends equals 40. Now we need to add up the total number of holidays. So again, another running total. So 0 plus 14 is 14, plus 20 is 34, plus 18 would be 52, plus 16 would be 68. So we're trying to find the total number of holidays taken per person. So we're going to take our total number of holidays, which is here, 68, and we're going to divide it by the total number of friends, which is 40. Okay, so we're going to do 68 divided by 40. Now, if you weren't sure which way round to do this, you're trying to find the average number of holidays taken per person. Also, you have a minimum of 0 holidays and a maximum of 4 holidays. Your average is going to have to come between 0 and 4. If you set this fraction up the other way as 40 over 68, you would be between 0 and 1, which would be unlikely to be the correct answer. So again, you can use logic to kind of correct yourself if you need to. But we're going to do 68 divided by 4. Now they've asked for the answer to be given to 1 decimal place. So therefore, we're best to set it up as a bus stop with 2 zeros, okay, because we know that 40 isn't going to go into 68 exactly. Now I'm going to do my working out over here just because I haven't got a lot of room down the bottom here. And I'll do this using both short division and long division, depending on which method you use. So we're doing 68 divided by 40. We know they want it to 1 decimal place, so I'm going to take it to 2 because I may need to round. Now 40 goes into 68 once, and we've got 28 left over. Okay, now 40 goes into 280, well 4 would go into 28 7 times, so 40 goes into 288 7 times. I didn't need that extra 0, and I've got my answer 1.7. Now if you do this long division method, I'll do this with you here quickly as well. So 68.00 divided by 40. 40 does not go into 6, so we'll look at 68. 40 goes into 68 one time. Take away 1 times 40 is 40, so take away 40, and we're left with 28. Bring down your 0. 40 goes into 280 7 times. 7 times 40 is 280. Take it away, and you're left with 0. So the main thing with bar charts, annotate, be methodical, read the information, and make sure that you kind of check your answer. So our average here is 1.7, which makes sense because most people had like 1 or 2 holidays. So we would expect to be sort of at the lower end of our gap between 0 and 4. So your answer should always, the answer you come up with should always be between your smallest number and your biggest number.